Hi, this is Anne-Sophie of AnneSophieDemetz.com, and as my life says, if you're coming on here, say hello, tell me where you're coming from, but we're going to be sharing a little bit of a truth. So this is the thing. Here's the truth. Here's the fucking truth that so many badass women entrepreneurs, women who are meant to be revolutionaries and visionaries, don't fully step into and don't fully own up to. Your biz won't and can't change the world unless you do one specific thing. One thing. And I'm going to tell you what that thing is, but just a moment, okay? And that thing is not necessarily a hard freaking thing. It's not complicated. It is not complicated. But if you're a woman who is born with a big vision, born with a passion and a purpose and a drive to make an epic difference in her world, this one thing is non-fucking negotiable. No, it is non-negotiable. So if you are like me, if you are somebody, a woman who feels like on fire, you have an inner fire and a drive to make epic shifts happen in your own world, in your own life, be that change. It means that you are born to be a change maker. You have been that person with a big vision, the person who wanted to grow up to change her world, who wanted to make the world a better place. And so if you're watching this either live or on the replay, know this. There is one thing you have to do. If you are born a change maker, you are meant to create work that sparks millions of personal revolutions now, locally and globally in your own life. And until you do this one thing, you won't be able to make it happen. It's absolutely impossible to make things happen until you do that one thing. So what is the thing? I'm going to tell you, but let me ask it to you this way. Do you think Oprah could have created the Oprah Winfrey Network before she became Oprah? Could she? Could she have done that? No. She had first to do this one thing. She had to make a big, bold decision. It's going to be the same thing for you too. Make a big, bold decision to step into the change maker version of herself. Awaken the change maker within. And this is what this is about. This is the thing that you have to do. You have to start to talk like a change maker. You have to act like one. You have to lead like one. You have to be your own freaking change already. So if there's this giant list of things where you're shooting yourself like, I should be getting up early, I should be eating healthier, I should be doing more outreach, I should be doing more marketing, I should be investing in my business, I should be clearer about my message, etc., etc., then you are shooting all over yourself and you're not being the change maker. You're not fully awakened as a change maker. And that person, that version of you exists. So the Oprah we know today, she started out somewhere completely different. Same for you. You're in one place now. You're going to be in another place later. So you might as well work at being the person who can get to the place you want to go. Be the change you want to see in your world, starting with how you talk, how you act, how you lead, and how you create what you're here to do. The thing is, you and me and every other woman out there, we're all done. We're all done talking about being the change, right? It's about walking the freaking change and say hi when you're coming life. And this one thing is really about, if you are born to be a change maker, it's not enough to say, I'm meant to be a change maker. You have to really start to awaken that version of you. Really become the person who can create what you're here to see. Create what you're here to do. You have to be bold enough to plant your flag on top of the Everest fucking sized pile of bullshit and fears and excuses that have stopped so many women from actually stepping into what they're here to do. I know they have stopped me. And I'll be honest, it wasn't until I had a fateful day when I was not being present, not being the change maker version of myself. I had beautiful ideas, was not fully walking my talk, not fully. And I was distracted, not fully on course, not fully on my mission or my vision, not present, going too fast. And I walked into a wall and gave myself a concussion that changed my life. I lost the luxury to ignore myself. I lost the luxury because now if I ignore how I feel, ignore myself, my brain tingles, hurts, and makes me stop. And so in losing the luxury to ignore myself, I also got the greatest gift of really hearing and finding my true voice. But here's what started to happen. I started to become a change maker. I started to be my own change. I stopped talking about I'm going to journal every day, and I started to journal every day. I stopped talking about I'm going to make some time to create art, and I created art. I stopped talking about building a platform that would, spread love and change lives, and I started to build it. I started to be my own change, and I'm still implementing changes today. I stopped believing the BS, the fears and excuses, and I stopped waiting for the perfect time. You stop asking for, do I have what it takes? And you just simply tell yourself that you have what it takes and you're going to do it. And it's about showing up with more guts and less BS every single day. So what are the things that change makers do tangibly? They lead by example. They know what their vision is. They get up even when they're tired and they do what they say. So last night, I was up late. I was up quite late. I was working on some things, technology, words, copy, different things I needed to do. And did I put my money where my mouth is? Yeah. So come on in and say hi. And I'm going to do a quick recap, talking about what we need to do if we're visionaries, if we're change makers, if we're here to lead the change we want to see in our world. And there's one massive thing that we want to do is fully step into this version of ourselves, the change maker who is inside, awaken her and become her. Become her today. You got to collapse your present, your future, fold them into each other. And the path to get there is to awaken the change maker within. Know fully who is that person. And there's a link in the live here to join the Awaken the Change Maker Challenge, the Adventure Challenge, because it's set up to exactly do that. Help you see what is your change maker vision. I know a lot of women don't shoot high enough, don't set big enough goals, and they shrink in the process. I did that. I started my business by saying, I'm going to sell jewelry. But really what my soul was telling me was, no, you're here to spread a big message that is going to have a big impact. So I didn't want to show up to my business initially. We know our vision. My vision scared the shit out of me the first time I wrote it. 2013, wrote in my journal. I opened it, wrote it, closed it. So that was really beautiful. I'm really fucking scared. Put it back on the shelf. I did other things. Bright, shiny object syndrome. Invested in tons of programs and marketing and coaching. And yeah, I learned a lot. But my true big vision, my change maker vision, once I got it, when it was named and claimed and I know it and I started to see it, the distractions started to fall away. Even today, somebody asked me, do you want to join this one program? And I said, no, it doesn't fit into my vision. My vision is to live in a world where women and girls know their own hearts, their desires, their dreams, and have the capacity to clearly express them and the skills and talents to create them. So you know your vision. And then when you're a change maker, you're going to get up even when you're tired and do what you say. So yeah, I was up late doing some things last night. But this morning, I still got up at my regular time, got up, was a good mom, good wifey, spent some time with my husband. I still hit the gym, hit my goals, punched them hard because I do a kickboxing workout. And, as change makers, this is what you're going to do. When you fully start to awaken the change maker within and say hi when you're coming in, when you fully start to do this thing and awaken the change maker within, become the person you're meant to be in the future, become her today. You're going to no longer have distractions, no longer have doubts and fears. You're going to trust yourself more and more. You're going to be the kind of woman who knows her vision, who knows who her people are. Her people are, as a change maker, your people are those people whose life you're meant to change. And your words, your change maker words, your message, your story, they will resonate profoundly with those people's soul. It's not even going to be rational anymore. There's just going to be something profound and shifting and transformational that happens because those are the people who are meant to hear what you have to say. They're meant to get touched by your work. But to have those words, have that message, have that vision, you got to get clear about who you are and what you're meant to do. You got to name and claim who you are, what you're meant to do, whose life you're meant to change as a change maker, and how the hell you're going to reach them. So if you're curious about getting that started, next week there is the Awaken the Changemaker Challenge. And this is an adventure challenge where we're going to, for 5 days, really go through these 5 steps, 5 of the key steps of fully awakening the changemaker within. So you can really see your big blue sky changemaker vision. Start to nail who is your change maker, what is your change maker message, who is your soul tribe, those people whose life you're meant to change. What are the words you need to share so that it resonates profoundly with them and they're, inspired to take action, not in a salesy, yucky way, but in a way that feels good for both of you, that's filled with love. And then at the end, we're also going to look at what is the impact, your change maker impact. How is your work going to get heard, going to get shared? And as well, most importantly, we're going to talk about what is your change maker identity? Who is the person you're meant to become? So that is really, really crucial, really important. Unless you do that, you will always miss your own boat. You'll always be looking at somebody else's bright, shiny boat unless you fully step into the changemaker version of yourself today. Sure, one day Oprah woke up and thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice if someday I had a big TV station and my magazine and all this? But she had to decide to become this version of herself who could build it. So you won't be able to build the vision, build the dream until you awaken that part of you, right? So during the 5-day adventure challenge, that's what we're going to do. We're going to totally have super lots of fun diving into the 5 different areas that really are the foundational pieces to really start to awaken the change maker within. Yes, it's around message clarity, but also around messenger clarity. You can't have a clear message until you are clear and confident delivering it. So yeah, it's about more guts, less bullshit, more truth, more client. Hi, how do I say your name? Jessamine, I think, hopefully. So it's about all of that and just more being who you're meant to be. And who you're meant to be is not always exactly who you are today, but unless you fully awaken the change maker within and step into that version of you step by step, day by day, you can't become who you are. You can't actually build the work that you're meant to be building. And so I don't think that most of the women who are visionaries and revolutionaries in their heart are meant to be known as just badass women entrepreneur. I think you're really meant to be known as something bigger than that for yourself. Personally, I think badass women entrepreneur is really cute. Jessamine. Okay, thanks for helping me. So hopefully I said it okay. So, badass women entrepreneur is a hot term. Lady boss is a hot term right now, but profoundly, if you're meant to be an innovator, a thought leader, a revolutionary, you know that about yourself. You've always known that about yourself. You've maybe danced around that truth, but there is a path to create that change for yourself. You have to start to walk your own talk. You have to be the person who knows how to talk about the change you want to create, even small micro-peony changes in your own heart, in your own life, but also in a grander scale. You have to start to create that vision you have for who you are and the life you're meant to live in on your own terms at your own pace. So what did it say? Yeah, it doesn't say much in those terms. So I don't understand that question. Maybe let me know. So this is the thing. My invitation to you, if you're here live with me or on the replay, join us in the Awaken the Changemaker Challenge. It's an adventure challenge really designed for revolutionary women entrepreneurs. Women who know, you've always known, you're born to have a great impact. You want your words to spark millions of local or global revolution all around the world. Oh, lady boss, yes. Those terms, yes, exactly. So that that you're meant to really resonate at a grander scale. And the journey there is, you can have the right words now, but if you don't believe that you're the right messenger to be sharing those words, then you may shortchange yourself. That I've experienced that. I had a lot of the right words, the right ideas earlier in my business, but I didn't believe in myself enough because I didn't fully believe that I was meant to be a change maker. I didn't do the work that I've been able to do to help me fully step in and awaken this version of myself. So yeah, do I resonate with the term being a lady boss, being a boss lady, or a badass woman entrepreneur? Those are all great terms. But honestly, as a human being, I want my work to be game-changing. I want my work to change the world. And so it requires, and if you're here, you probably do too. Otherwise, like, why are we here? You know, why are we here with this laptop lifestyle, creating our own versions of success and freedom, doing these lives? Like, why? Right? It's not just about the money. It has to be more than about the money. Like, money is awesome. Clients are great. I love working with my clients. Yes, absolutely. But ultimately, like, for me, my changemaker vision that like really ignites my inner fire in my belly every single fucking morning is that I want to die in a world where every woman and girl feels safe, knowing her own heart, expressing what the hell's in there, what does she want, and has the skills and talents to create it. So that's why I'm focusing my work on women's empowerment, community building, communications, confidence, being a change maker. I mean, we are all have the possibility to create our own changes in our life. So yeah. So just means you're saying you resonate more as seeing yourself as an activist or a rebel. Yeah, and that's cool. You know, there are different terms that are like that. And yeah, I've thought of myself as well before as being a rebel or an activist, but I changed that personally because rebel or activist to me sounds like I'm going against something, and as a change maker, I'm choosing intentionally to create what I want. So it's just a perspective shift, and it really is just language, right? But ultimately underneath it all is about that identity. Is about, are you becoming the person who is able to take that inspired idea, clearly express it, first of all to yourself, become unignorable to yourself first, so then you can become unignorable to the people whose life you're meant to change, as an influencer, as an innovator, as a creator of your destiny, of your journey, of your world. I mean, we are all basically coloring in the world. We are all creating the life that we want to live in. We are co-creating it right now with each other, with the greater energies at play. And so we every single day make a lot of choices. So, you know, last night, up late, I could have chosen to sleep in and say, no, I'm going to drive the kids to school late. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to go to my walk. I'm not going to journal. I could have chosen all those things. But I know that I want to be my own change. I want to walk my talk. And, you know, I shared my why earlier. And one of my reasons why is that growing up, my dad left very early in my life. And I was very shy, very withdrawn. Not self-expressed. Didn't ever feel safe owning up to what I wanted or saying it. I was always the kid who's like, I'll have a surprise. I'll have what they're having. That was me. But he always was the person who would promise a lot and never deliver. And it broke my heart 1,000 times. And it broke my own heart 1,000,000 other times when I would promise myself things and not deliver on them. And I cannot do that. I won't stand for that. I don't want my children to grow up in a world where people just, you know, spew empty promises. Like, we're not in the political arena. We're in the arena of our own life. We can vote for ourselves every single fucking day. But let's vote for the version of ourselves we want to become. And let's awaken the change makers we are meant to be. Let's awaken the revolutionaries we're born to become. And it really starts one choice, one simple choice at a time. But there will be overwhelm. Yes, there will be overwhelm if it's looking at all the thousands of small choices that help you create the change maker. First step, awaken the change maker within. Get clear about who you are. Then figure out the path. Figure out what is your big vision. What is your message? What is your platform? Where are your people? How are you going to reach them? And then you will see the habits that you need to take and start to have every single day, those non-negotiable daily actions to help you stay the course. Trust me, until I stepped into the change maker version of myself, I had a crazy chronic habit of stop and go. I'd be like, yes, this is an awesome idea. It's going to change the world, blah, blah, blah. And like journal it out and all that stuff. Call collaborators and fold the journal, put it on the shelf and be like, all right, what's next? Bright, shiny freaking object syndrome. that is not how we create change. We have to really rise up, like as sisters, really collaborate. Change makers don't compete, first of all, like we collaborate. So we are sharing ideas. We are sharing the best of ourselves with each other. We are supporting each other. And first and foremost, like one of the things I always tell my clients, I'm like, you know what, I have programs, but mostly I serve people. And so I always have a flexibility in the way that I work with my clients to make sure that they feel nourished and loved, and I can support them in them supporting themselves. The process of empowerment is not something somebody can do for you, you know, and it's really about, thank you for the hearts, it means a lot. It's really what my role as teacher, guide, student, all at the same time, is to share what's inside of my heart with more clarity and confidence than I had when I was a little girl who could not speak a word to save my life. That was a sad time. But, you know, so my role is to really share my stories, share my expertise, and then create an environment that allows transformation to happen. So when I designed the Awaken the Changemaker Adventure Challenge, and so you can go to bit.ly/awakenher, and it's capital HER, to join me, join us next week. I designed that not as this like boring experience. Like, who needs boring? You know, if you're going to do it anyway, do it the fun way. And there are so many fun ways to tap into your vision and your expertise. And so, you know, some of the people who I've worked with are in this group, and they might tell you that I always ask ridiculously hilarious questions, or questions that come from all kinds of directions, because the most profound transformation will come through play. And it also will come, and there's actually a lot of science behind that too, you'll also surprise yourself with gems and nuggets when you don't expect the question. That's the adventure, that's the journey. And ultimately, like when you have planted your flag at the top of your, like, whatever the big vision is, you're going to feel joyful, happy, free, excited to be alive. So you better feel those same kinds of feelings while you're building, while you're on your way. The journey's not worth it if you can't love it along the way. So that's why, like in the Awaken the Changemaker Challenge, where we're going to do your Changemaker vision, your soul tribe, you're going to do the words, your messaging. We're going to do also your impact, like your platform, how are you going to get heard, and your identity. The way that it's crafted, it's designed so that you can have fun doing it. So it doesn't feel like yet more work. You don't need more work. You need more, more play. And the change maker inside of you, that version of you who exists in your life and whom you're in the process of becoming, she needs to come out to play. She doesn't need to come out to slug and work and be like, oh my God, that's not her. That's not. Changemaker version of you sits down joyfully and is like, yes, I get to pay my team. Yes, I get to go on Facebook Live. Yes, I get to, you know, be interviewed. So the change-making version of you is already living in the feelings that she wants her work to create and her impact to create. She's already doing that. And so in designing a program experience, when you're awakening this version of you, a future part of you, that's the playful thing. You have to become your change first. You have to believe in yourself first. You have to feel it first. And in fact, you know, if you wait till the perfect moment, it ain't freaking gonna come. It's not. You know, it is a leap of faith. Thanks for the little thumbs there, Becky, too. It really is a leap of faith, and it requires really being in the space of being grounded, connected, and trusting your journey and yourself enough that you feel like you can close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and let the light from within guide you forward. And only as the change maker version of you are going to get into that fucking sweet spot zone of feeling good enough about yourself that you can fully step into the version of you who is clear, confident, on fire every single fucking day, turning your fears into fuel. So, you know, obviously you've caught me in an area of lots of passion. I could talk about this forever. If you're excited to just find out, and if this is the kind of experience for you, just join the adventure. It's a free 5-day adventure challenge. It starts next week, Monday. I know the world's going to be paying attention to the political arena, but come do something fun at the same time. Vote for yourself, your change maker self. Start to become her by joining the adventure, and it's bit.ly/awakenher. bit.ly/awaken her, capital HER. And it will be really about helping you fully set the foundation for that one thing of becoming the version of you, this awakening the change maker who is in your life. You're in the process of becoming that revolutionary leader, that thought leader, that innovator, that person who's just building her vision all fucking ready. And so we're going to do that work to help you see who is that woman, whose life are you meant to change? What are the things you need to be doing consistently to stay the course so that you can fully become this person and not just, opt out tomorrow or next week, like fully see that. What is the vision? And we will do some message clarity work as well so that like what are the words you need to be sharing so that there is this sense of resonance as you are building your reach. You got to have that resonance first. Resonance being, it vibrates within you and within the people whose life you're meant to reach, to change. So we're going to be looking at all of that stuff, and you'll have some playful experimental things to do during the adventure. I want to tap into your heart, not just your brain. So more of you, your heart, your soul, get you all engaged, excited, and I'm really, really looking forward to see what comes out of this adventure challenge, because as I look around many of the Facebook groups, including, in this group and just many, many of them, I think 95% of the women in the groups are just browsing, like window shopping the possibilities, window shopping the dreams. And there's action taking. I'm not saying there isn't action taking, but is it focused? Is it, turning fears into fuel? Is it really, really productive? And I've been that person. Like I'm totally going to out myself, right? Like before I fully awakened the change maker within me, I was unfocused. I was overwhelmed. I was disorganized. I was unsure of myself. But it's taken that step of fully fucking stepping into my vision to be committed to simple changes day in, day out, to show up for myself, unignorable to myself first. Same for you. You have to become unignorable to yourself first, and unignorable to the people whose life you're meant to change. On a very close circle, your very close people in your family and your friends, your peers, but also in a greater scale with your business, with your vision. So now, like, I'm committed. I don't fucking care how much I slept or not slept. Every day I write in this beautiful little journal that I've got. Freaking love it, by the way. Twice a day, because that is the vehicle I've chosen to have my voice heard for myself. And that's just one of the many, many habits that have happened. But why? Because my changemaker self needs me to do this. I take the actions I need so that I can become the person I'm meant to be. And day by day, who you are now, your future you're slowly collapsing the timelines of your manifestations. You're slowly becoming that person who is able to create her vision. So that's how it works. This is like the universe and magic at work. And I have a magic wand, so we are going to wave it one last time before we go. I really do have a magic wand, by the way. Isn't it cute? This was my 5 or 6 year old version of me magic wand who wanted to grow up to change the world, and she would not believe that I'm waving it to people all around the globe right now. So thank you so much for being here. Join the challenge, awaken the change maker within. So bit.ly/awaken her, capital HER, or you can head to my website, Anne-Sophie.com. It is a completely free adventure challenge with lots of fun things going on. We're going to be doing this together so that you can feel focused, confident, on fire, fired up, supported, and we can really collaborate, really work together and be the change that we want to see in our world so we can all enjoy it. So thanks again for being here live. Tons of love. Talk to you soon. I'll see you in the challenge.